Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President Trump is threatening an economic D-Day on Iran. We'll have the latest from Washington, D.C. Plus, an electronic recycling site in Marquette is quickly becoming one of the busiest in the UP, collecting more old TVs and computers than ever before. And we're live from the UP State Fair to check out this year's sculpture made by the Cheese Lady. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. Certainly a cloudy day out there. What's going on?
Yeah, Kevin, good evening. Happy Friday to everyone. We're ready to kick off the weekend, but we do have that dense cloud cover for most of the Upper Peninsula, and there are some showers and very isolated thunderstorms associated with it too. So it's a pretty organized but small line at that. So if you do get some showers this evening, they should stay brief. They also should stay fairly well behaved, just your general summertime storms. 72 degrees for us here in Marquette, 67 out to Ironwood, 73 out to Newberry. So it's a fairly quiet evening, but we have some more shower chances for tomorrow. I'll let you know exactly when in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. President Donald Trump threatened an economic D-Day against Iran and any country who does business with Iran. The president's comments have already made an impact on oil prices and the stock market, and Iran is sounding off on that threat. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
In a Truth Social post, President Donald Trump announced Iran will face the most crushing economic operation ever taken against any country, calling it an economic warfare and isolation after he claims they have failed to make a deal with the U.S. But Iran isn't the only target in the post. The president also threatened any country that provides a type of lifeline to Iran will itself face tremendous economic consequences, calling it an economic D-Day. The president didn't elaborate on what that could look like, but he said this earlier this week.
We have very draconian sanctions, and we'll see what happens.
An administration official tells us in part the president's blockade has crippled Iran's economy and left Iran completely broke, adding, there are many levers the president can crank harder in the weeks ahead. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says he will give more details next week.
I think that the economic action will mean that oil prices will come down sooner.
According to online sources, after the president made the economic D-Day threat, oil prices slightly pushed up and the stock market suffered losses. The economic threats come at a time when the war with Iran is about to hit the 6-month mark. Global supply chains have been disrupted by complications with the Strait of Hormuz, and the war is becoming increasingly unpopular among Americans, according to a late July poll from the AP. The Iranian foreign minister says the economic D-Day threat is a diversion from America's own crisis, unprecedented debt, and surging interest costs. This week, the U.S. national debt surpassed $40 trillion, an all-time high. The Iranian foreign minister also adds that they are no stranger to U.S. economic pressure or sanctions throughout the years, saying, we have seen this movie before. Same bull, different bullies. In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
A new electronics recycling site in Marquette is now one of the busiest in the Upper Peninsula. State officials say it's collecting more old TVs, computers, and appliances every year since it opened. The Superior Watershed Partnership runs the site after an earlier location south of the city struggled to draw residents. Noble says the Marquette site has outpaced expectations since it opened.
It's going great guns. Every year they exceed the volume that they collected the year before, and it's one of our most productive collection sites.
Eagle says it's now looking to add similar sites on the west side of the UP near Iron River and Iron Mountain. Officials say they're still looking for a local partner to get one of those sites off the ground. Following a win in the Democratic primary, U.S. House of Representatives candidate Kelly Barr is set to face Republican incumbent Jack Bergman in November. Both made trips to the UP State Fair this week, where they spoke with voters about their platforms. Bergman's top priorities include bringing jobs to the Upper Peninsula and tackling issues that affect rural voters like Michigan's wolf population. Barr says her focus is on making health care accessible in northern Michigan despite funding cuts and ensuring financial security for seniors.
When they cast a vote for me, they're getting a person who cares about the UP, who cares about the 1st District of Michigan, who's done the job and is continuing to do the job. With me, they got a fighter, they got someone who doesn't quit, and they got someone who's experienced.
I've traveled all over this district holding public town halls and talking with folks about what they want. And that's what this is. It's not a seat for Republicans or Democrats, it's a seat for us. I've been so encouraged and excited meeting with people around the district to deliver that.
We'll hear more from Bergman and Barr tonight at 11:10 Central. All week long, the UP State Fairgrounds have been filled with unique attractions, including a one-of-a-kind edible sculpture. Joining us live from the fairgrounds is our Escanaba Bureau reporter, Lily Simmons. Lily, tell us about this unique exhibit.
Kevin, in this barn behind me, this is the Miracle of Life building. A talented artist has been hard at work all week long carving cheese. Her name is Nancy Baker. She's from Maryland, and she is a professional food artist. She came to the fair on Monday, and she started with a 640-pound block of orange cheddar cheese and an 80-pound block of white cheddar cheese. She spent 31 hours carving those blocks into what fairgoers see today, which is a large bottle of milk, a dairy cow, and some kids enjoying the benefits of Michigan dairy. A lot of the colors that were used, those were all produced by edible dyes. The display is part of the United Dairy Industries Milk Means More campaign, which is an effort to promote dairy products produced right here in Michigan.
It does provide, it says all of these, the B12, the vitamin D, the protein, and the calcium, and the vitamin A, but there's 13 essential nutrients that milk and dairy products provide for us. So it's a pretty easy thing to get a lot of nutrients for.
Fairgoers can stop by the Miracle of Life building to answer dairy-themed trivia questions, and if they get enough answers right, they will win coupons to get ice cream here at the fairgrounds. Now, the cheese sculpture is going to be sold tomorrow at the livestock auction, so you'll have to get to the fairgrounds quickly to make sure you see it in person before it finds its new home. Reporting live in Escanaba, I'm Lily Simmons. Back to you.
Lily, thank you very much, and I will say you've done a fantastic job covering the UP State Fair this week. Thank you very much. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Kelly will let us know about our temperatures and rain chances for this weekend. We'll be right back.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back on this Friday. We made it to the weekend. We do have some showers and storms, though, to kick off the weekend. Remember, there's only 5 left until the official start of fall, so hopefully we can clear a lot of this rain out of the way. We do have shower chances for the weekend, but it is not a washout by any means. We do have some showers and storms extending this line all the way down for the Upper Peninsula down into Wisconsin. There is severe thunderstorm watches down to the very southern portions of Wisconsin. So unless you're planning on traveling there within the next few minutes, or you have people coming from there up to Marquette here, we will start to lose those shower and storm chances as we progress through the night. But the central portions of Marquette County are experiencing these storms, also down towards Iron Mountain. Just a few showers. They're very light, very brief, really shouldn't impact your evening plans all too much. High temperature today, 76. That average is 74, so we were able to get it just above that average high, but we cannot say the same for the rest of the weekend. There's a little bit of a cooling trend on the way. And remember, I said 5 weekends left until the fall equinox. I know the back to school has started, so we can't quite escape the end of summer, but at least until September 22nd, we can at least say that it is still summertime here in the weather world. September 1st, though, is the start of meteorological fall, which is September, October, and November. So here's your first morning weather futurecast, getting that line of showers and storms out of the way. Looking at mostly clear skies for the overnight, but we are seeing a chance for some showers. Very brief, very isolated for tomorrow morning. Should clear most of that out, but in those chances, or those areas like Newberry, Sault Ste. Marie, and Munising, we could get some of that cloud cover stubborn hanging around for Saturday afternoon, and a few showers could squeeze out of that. And then your Saturday night looks dry, and then some more chances for Sunday. This is just that major system that's passing by us right now, that low pressure moving through the Great Lakes. So this Sunday, showers are kind of the back end of this low pressure system, but that's where that cooler air really sinks in and sticks with us for most of the time. Some showers and storms are also likely out to the Sault Ste. Marie area to conclude Sunday. So we do have showers and storms on and off for the entire weekend, so it is not going to rain for 48 hours straight. There's a lot of those dry pockets. And as for the severe potential for tomorrow, it's basically the eastern half of the Upper Peninsula in a 0 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center. So any storms that last into the evening or even the morning for tomorrow should be on the well-behaved side, shouldn't quite reach that severe criteria. So a few pop-up showers in the morning should keep the afternoon and evening dry, but then some showers redevelop for your Sunday morning. And again, out to those very eastern portions here, we could see some Sunday night showers and storms before we can conclude the weekend. So the winds are going to be, of course, a big reason why we get that cooler air. And this is the 20 mile per hour wind speeds very likely for tomorrow. Those temperatures are going to drop from the lower 70s tomorrow to the mid 60s for Sunday. We do bounce back pretty quickly, though, but it does come with some more showers and storms redeveloping for Tuesday into Thursday.
Kelly, thank you again. And coming up next on Insights, we're getting a preview of this year's UP Fall Beer Festival in Marquette, taking place next month. We're back in 2 minutes.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. An Upper Peninsula tradition is celebrating its 17th year next month. Joining us on Insights today is Michigan Brewers Guild Executive Director Scott Graham. Scott, thank you so much for hopping on with us today.
Well, it's really nice to be with you. I'm excited to talk about the annual UP Fall Beer Festival.
Right, we're glad to have you. So yes, the UP Fall Beer Festival returns to Marquette in just a few weeks. So when and where will it be held?
Saturday, September 12th, and it's at the Lower Harbor Park in Marquette, and it runs from 1 to 6 p.m. Unless, of course, you're an enthusiast member of the Michigan Brewers Guild, and that kind of gives you an insider's hour with gates opening at noon for those VIPs. Or there's also an option this year, which is new, to buy a VIP entry ticket, which gets you access 1 hour before general admission.
Gotcha, and I think the name itself kind of gives it away, but what would you say the UP Fall Beer Festival is all about?
Well, yeah, you know, we have some really clever names for our events, and they are self-explanatory, but it's really about being around friendly folks, having a good time, sampling delicious local Michigan beers, and really it's about community. That's my favorite part of the event, is the people.
For sure, and when you get to the festival here, just what should someone expect when they arrive?
So when you get there, there'll probably be a little bit of a line if you're waiting to get in at the general admission time at 1, but that's okay, it goes pretty quickly. As you come into the festival, you can pick up a program if you want to have a paper listing of the beers, or there's also an online listing that you can access through a QR code or by putting the digits in there. But as you come in, you get a sampling cup, and then there'll be just shy of 100 different Michigan breweries. We pour 2 to 3 ounce beer samples, so there are hundreds of beers, more than any one person should or could try in one afternoon. So we're all about trying different beers, and this is a lot of fun for somebody who has experience with local breweries and knows that there's maybe a new brewery from downstate, or a brewery that's just been hard to get to, or you know, just your favorite brewery might have something special. But what's cool is, even if you're don't feel like you're really in tune with the local beer scene, there's just a ton of different beers to try. Everything from lighter to darker, fruity, sour, unusual ingredients in beers. There's a whole rainbow of things to try, and there's really something fun for everybody. And if that's not enough, the people watching is pretty good, and just the general community is a lot of fun.
Sure, and as we mentioned, this is the 17th year, so how would you say this particular festival has been received by the area community?
Oh, it's been great. In fact, we have quite a few breweries that just love it so much that they may not see it as the best promotion given their location or what it does for them, but they just love the Marquette community, the UP. It's a great time to get away, and I just can't say enough about our relationship with the local community and how we've been embraced and how the turnout has been. So definitely good beer drinkers and fun people in Marquette and the UP in general. And we get people traveling from downstate, from Wisconsin, from other states too, but we draw mostly from sort of a local area.
Gotcha, all right. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there wondering, and apologies if you mentioned it already, Scott, but how can they get the tickets?
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Tickets are all available on our website, which is mibeer.com, mibeer.com. You can click right on the festival, click over to a ticket purchase. The ticket price goes up the day of the event. They will be selling tickets at the gate and online the day of, but they go up $10. So it's a great idea to get with your friends, make a plan, and pop on over to mibeer.com and get some tickets for this fun event.
Good stuff. All right, Scott, those are all my questions and all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thanks. Look forward to seeing everybody on September 12th, and cheers.
Mike Ludlam has your Friday night sports headlines. When we come back, he'll give us a preview of Houghton football as they look to improve their record this upcoming season. And later, stick-shift vehicles are slowly becoming a thing of the past. However, some people are trying to keep it alive. We'll be back in just about a couple minutes.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2440 today. Good evening, everyone. The Houghton Gremlins football team was 6-4 in 2022. Unfortunately, the Orange and Black have not been able to get above the 500 mark in the last 3 seasons. Houghton has a new coach this year. Eli Luma is familiar with the Gremlins, having served as a varsity assistant for 3 years, followed by 3 years as the junior varsity coach, and he was elevated to the varsity position after last season. He likes what he sees so far in camp.
Like our attitude right now is one of our strengths. We have kids going real hard. We're at the point where we have to pull them back just a little bit. Say, hey, let's save it for the scrimmage. Let's save it for some games because they're going hard and they're really excited. We got some speed, and I feel like we have some good leadership.
Everyone's looking at the schedule. They see we got one of the close town rivals is Calumet twice. Me personally, I'm super excited to play them twice, and you know they're going to be tough, but I think we have a great shot. The boys just got to work hard up there. I mean, you know those guys are going to come as hard as they can too.
The first meeting between the Gremlins and Copper Kings is next Friday, August 28th at Agassiz Field in Calumet. The return meeting in Houghton will be on Friday, October 2nd. Cindy Pindrell returns for her second season as Michigan Tech volleyball head coach. The Huskies were 12-16 overall a season ago and 9-7 in league play. The Huskies won 4 of their last 5 conference regular season matches before losing to Wayne State in the GLIAC quarterfinals. Pindrell says she's learned a lot in her first year. Now it's time to make those second season improvements.
Our practices have been very lively. Everyone is very engaged. We have a very strong group of returners who understand what it takes and are very hungry to get a taste of some of the success that they've been looking for the last couple of years. You obviously bring back Rachel Zurich on the outside. I know it's well documented in her career. She's played every position possible except libero and setter. But yeah, we're very excited for Rachel to come back. She had a very, very strong spring.
Tech begins the regular season next Thursday against Minnesota Duluth at the UP North tournament at NMU's Vanderbilt Arena. Marquette Senior High School basketball guard Brody Clements has made a verbal commitment to continue his career at Northern Michigan University. Clements averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists per game for the Sentinels last year. And former Michigan State big man Jackson Kohler will play his final season at Brigham Young. He is a Utah native, 12.5 points and nearly 9 rebounds per game last year. Kevin, back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. For generations of drivers, getting behind the wheel meant you had to be able to use a stick shift. Now, new data shows manual transmission cars have all but disappeared, but some are keeping the driving skill alive. Bradley Blackburn takes us along for a ride.
At Ferrari Driving School in New York City, a humble Volkswagen is a rolling classroom for student Erica Neal.
Let's go to reverse. Excellent.
She's behind the wheel of a manual transmission car for the first time ever.
I think we're going to be okay.
Yes, we are.
Getting a lesson from instructor Oz Ocasio.
On average, about 4 hours will get someone going, enough to where they can not stall and drive safely.
Using a stick and clutch pedal was once required if you wanted to drive, and long after automatics arrived, many considered it a survival skill.
My grandfather encouraged me to learn how to drive stick. He said that it's important for women to know how to navigate any situation in case you're in an emergency.
Those days are largely in the rearview mirror. According to a new EPA report, in 2025, just 0.6% of new cars for sale in the U.S. had manual transmissions, an all-time low. That's down from more than a third of new cars in 1980. For diehards, sticks are now a selling point in a handful of vehicles, like the Ford Mustang and the Toyota Tacoma pickup.
We get about 30 to 40 a month, I want to say.
Oz says he still teaches plenty of people who want to keep the tradition humming.
Just very gently come off the clutch.
Even those who grew up driving sticks can still learn a thing or two.
Shift.
There you go. There you
Not
go.
very smooth, but...
No, listen. It's been 15 years.
It's
Give
been
yourself
a minute,
break.
yeah.
Neil hopes to be ready for a trip to Greece,
Erica did wonderful.
where she says driving a manual rental car could save real money.
It's more cost effective, but it's important to know how to do it first.
Getting into gear with an old school skill that's growing rare on American roads.
Now, don't go anywhere. When we come back, Kelly Rowland will have our final look at weather. Stay tuned.
And a final check of your forecast. We have some sunshine, but we also have some cloudy skies and showers and storms. So it just depends where you are. Very widely scattered and isolated showers. All of that should taper off overnight, but we do have showers and thunderstorm chances again intermittently throughout the weekend. Not a washout, but the biggest thing to note is those temperatures going from the lower 70s down to the mid 60s. Going to be a chilly one for Sunday. Make sure to tune in later tonight for another look at your forecast.
Will do. Kelly, thank you again. And that is all the time we have for right now, everyone. More headlines coming your way at 11:10 Central. See you then.